All right, so welcome to the first live of 2026. If it goes well, I might do some more, depending. If nobody turns up, then I won't. If people do, then that's great. But so what I'll do is upload this after I've finished, and then we'll go from there. People might find it useful, people might not find it useful, I don't know. But my idea behind this is to basically go through looking for different holidays or vacations together and just seeing how much stuff costs and the different ways that we can find different things. So we'll have a look at different websites and different angles on things, and for different people, perhaps just myself, I don't know. We'll see. If anyone joins, they can obviously ask questions or get involved, which would be great. But at the moment, we are on our own. Hopefully the sound is coming through. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So hope everyone is doing well if you're watching this video back on YouTube. So what I will do is I'm going to share my screen and then start looking at some different destinations. So do the entire screen, that's it. So hopefully everyone will start to see the screen with a castle in it. Lovely, wonderful. Right, hopefully the sound is good. Haven't got anybody yet, but there we go. So let's get this up. So first of all, I was going to be looking at the fly drive. So how I got this was I just literally typed in fly drive Florida. Throughout this video, you're going to find it quite funny because my spelling is atrocious. So you'll find how bad I am actually at spelling. But anyways, yeah, and then so before we've booked fly drives to Florida, and the reason why I book a fly drive is because we figured it's actually a lot cheaper than booking a package holiday altogether, and it works out really well. So by example, let's do this. So we go any London. Yeah, I got fly drive MLB. So that's the other thing. When you do the fly drive with TUI, you actually go to MLB airport rather than MCO in Florida. So you do have that 1.5 to 2 hour drive, but it's quite a nice drive and it's just a straight road. It's really not very difficult. But again, it depends if you want that extra sort of drive or not, or you can just choose a different place and go to MCO instead, which is only like 30 minutes from Disney. It's not too far. It's 30-40 minutes. So for this one, let's do it for 2 weeks, 14 nights, because most people go with that, right? So we'll go with 2 children and 2 adults. Oh, what's going on there? There we go, 2 kids, 2 adults. So what date should we have a look at? No, it's going to ask me about the kiddie winks. So let's say we've got a 5-year-old and a 7-year-old. Why not? Hold on, what's happened there? It's gone mad, hasn't it? Oh, it was asking me that. Oh, okay, right. How many children from 0 to 17? 2. Then it was asking for it. Right, okay, fair enough. There we go. So that's that. What date should we choose? So January, February. So realistically, with TUI, what I like is you can do the initial search whenever you like, and then you can go through the different months, and then you can find what price is going to be more expensive or not as expensive. So if you just make it sort of quite flexible, then it should be pretty good. So let's say, for instance, we want to go, I don't know, end of February. Let's go for the 21st until the 7th. Oh no, hold on. It does it automatically. You just have to pick one. There we go, from the 21st of Feb. That's it, done. Okay, 2 weeks from the 21st of Feb. And then we search. Loading. Loading. Oh, there's no availability then. Now, so this is quite interesting. They only run certain times out of MLB, which is probably why it's done it. I can't remember what the dates are, but let's try. Let's try April. Let's go around April. So if we went from the 18th of April, let's have a look. Oh, that's strange. Look, it's not giving me my fly drive anymore. Some bugs in the system here. I have to go back. There we go. Right, let's do it from April the 18th. 2 weeks. Oh, there's 2 children. So 2 adults, 2 children, 1 5-year-old, 1 7-year-old. Done. Search 2 adults, 2 children from the 18th. What's it going to come back with? Right now, so for 2 weeks, this is going to include your flights there and back and your car. So bear that in mind. Now, you used to be able to select your car, which was good. So I think it might be better off if you look on the internet with this. So check online what sort of dates you want, and then that will give you some sort of price range, and then give you some knowledge. And then if you can find a TUI store near you, then they might be able to look up and change the car for you. So you used to be able to do it, but I don't think you can do it anymore. But having said that, right, so these are the dates they fly. So they're only really doing Sundays, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. So this would be interesting if we go back to March. So there we go. It looks like they start late March with the flights to MLB. So that's pretty cool. So this would be 2 adults, 2 children, your flights there, your flights back, and your car for 2 weeks. So all you then need to worry about is your accommodation. And I feel like one of the things about going to Florida is your accommodation is always probably one of the cheapest things, because there's so many options when you go to Florida. Like, you can go get yourself a villa, you can get yourself Airbnb, you could go in numerous hotels. You can get hotels for ridiculously low prices. I mean, especially if you're an annual pass holder, if you're lucky enough to be. I remember when the Universal Endless Summer Hotel first opened, and we were there literally, I think, like the week of, or the second week of it opening, and it was like $80 a night. And I don't think it's much more now. It might be like $90, and that was like for a double room as well per night. And I think that's really, really reasonable, especially when you convert it to pounds. But again, we can have a look in a minute. So let's say, for instance, that you want to go, it looks like it's best to go on a Sunday or a Wednesday. As you can see there, look, £657. So let's say we're going to go on a Wednesday. No. All right, so I just want to check something. So, yeah, £656 total price. Oh, per person. Right, okay. Still really, really cheap. It's not, I was going to say, if that was for the whole thing, that's probably going to be really, really cheap. But to be honest with you, the reason why I thought it might be for all of it is before now, we have had it for, I think it was like £900. And that was 5 of us. 4 or 5 of us. I don't know if we had Noah then, but there was at least 4 of us, and we had flights and car for 2 weeks, and it was like, actually I think it was like 1,200 quid. 1,200 quid. Mrs. Payne will be able to tell you, but yeah, it was really, really good for 2 weeks for the fly drive. So it's interesting because on here it just keeps going on about the hotel, but the hotel is your car till you book one. So yeah, holiday dates and flights. No. So these gives you extra dates if you want to change it. So this is from Gatwick to Melbourne, Orlando International. So yeah, cars and flights, £2,627 all in. Can't say fairer than that. You're going to have the top insurance as well. Let's see if we can get anything extra. No. And it's really easy in that airport as well. It's like a really small airport. Let's just continue this one and then see if we can do anything to edit it. See if you can change the car. So you can pick your seats, obviously £33 extra. I think that's a bit of a con, to be honest with you. If you're buying all your tickets at once, I think they should just sit you, especially if you've got kids, I think they should just sit you next to each other. So with this, you get 20 kilos of luggage each as well, and 10 kilos of hand luggage. So you get quite a bit of luggage. It's all included. So again, 2,627 for return flights and a car. Your extras, car hire. Yeah, it doesn't look like you can change the car. So you used to be able to change a car, which is really, really cool, because then you'd be able to pick what one you wanted and pay a little bit extra if you wanted a premium. I'm sure once you get there, you can probably do it. But again, like I say, if you go to TUI themselves and then talk to them about what you found and the prices that you want to have a look at. So it's a really good idea to book with TUI. And I found TUI are actually better than BA or Virgin. The service is better, the food's better, the planes are nicer. Because in 9 times out of 10 they're a Dreamliner, not one of the old 747s or whatever they use. Yeah, so I think it's a really good one. Yeah, you can get your airport parking, your insurance as well, all on here if you want to. But again, I'm not getting paid for any of this. I'm just doing this video for a laugh, by the way. I'm not not getting any pay or kickback or money. I'm just showing you how we could possibly book. What's this then? Standard flexibility included, upgrade with TUI Flex. What does that give you? So you can change your dates, names, and destination or hotel change. Okay. I mean, they should offer that for free if you ask me, but there we go. So that is that. So that's TUI. So they're one of my favourite ones. I'm sure if you do it at a different day, it might be cheaper. As I say, we've actually had it down to 1,200 quid, return flights and car. And that was just such a good deal. And to be honest with you, it was at the end of their season. which I think, no, I can't remember when it is, but at the end of their season to MLB, so the flight was absolutely empty. You can see it on one of our vlogs, actually. I might link it to this. But yeah, that's TUI. Let's go and have a look at, so everybody keeps going north, right? We've been north a few times now. Flights to Orlando. So you can go on all these price comparison websites and bits and pieces, but I like to actually do a little bit of investigating myself. So here you can see, look, straight on Google, it says that Norse is going to be the cheapest, and it's non-stop, which is pretty good for Norse to say, you know, because a lot of them these days, for some reason, when you're wanting to go to Florida, they're doing like stop-offs. And I'm not being funny, if you're going to be going on holiday and you've got all your kids with you, you're not going to want to sit there and change airports and stop in Canada or wherever, or you know, Toronto, wherever you're going to be stopping off, and then carry on to Florida. You want to get there as quick as possible, painless as possible. And this is, I just find it really weird that like Virgin and BA tend to now include a lot of stops unless you pay a real premium price. But then you've got North Atlantic that do direct and they're the cheapest. Although I will say, word of warning, if you're going to use Norse, you can see one of our vlogs on it, our most recent flight home from Florida. We was in premium and they're still using like plastic cups and actual large 2-litre bottles of drinks that they pour into a plastic cup and give to you, rather than cans of Coke or whatever if you want it. And I thought that was really poor. And then if you wanted anything other than like a beer or wine, which was just standard included, then you had to pay for it. And some people like a little whiskey or a little vodka or a little gin or something like that on the plane. I mean, you're not going to get drunk, but it's nice to have those things, especially if you feel like you're premium. But one of the great things about Norse was that you had like this little pad that you could then press for the attendant to bring you certain things, and you could just sort of purchase stuff or do whatever you wanted on there, which was pretty cool. But let's have a look for Norse then. See, I might have to just put Norse in. NRSE. Right, let's just type it in. Norse. North Atlantic, there we go. So I've never booked a package with Norse. I don't know if a package is better with Norse. I don't even know if they do packages, to be fair. We can have a look right now. So if you have joined us and you're watching, we are looking at what we can book, not necessarily for ourselves, but just for anyone that's interested. So at the moment we're looking at Florida, and how you can book Florida. After this we'll probably look at the Canary Islands, because I know a lot of you like Canary Islands. We love the Canary Islands, and just like how much things cost, and you know, have a whinge about prices. Right, so let's go London to Orlando. So they do go quite a few destinations actually. Let's have a look. So go LA, New York, Bangkok, Cape Town, all these different states in America. I do some Asian flights as well. So they're definitely getting bigger. But yeah, we want to go Orlando. Right. And you can choose one way or round trip. When we came home last time, we just booked a one way because we came home and we was out there for 6 months. So unfortunately, we are back in the UK. Right, so let's go 2 adults and 2 children again. Why not? Oh, that's interesting. Youth. 12, 17. Let's have one of each. Let's have a youth and a child. I mean, I don't see the difference really. wonder if there's a price difference. Infant in your own seat, which is really handy because a lot of airlines tend to get a bit funny with infants in their own seat, and they book you down as under 2 and then have to change it to over 2 when you get to the desk and stuff like that. It's absolute palaver. That was actually one of the things we did have to do with TUI. So word of warning, if you are going to take a little one under 2, they booked, or over 2 but they want their own, no, under 2 but they want their own seat, they book you in as over 2 so they get their own seat, and then when you get to the desk, check-in desk, they then change it to under 2, and it can be a bit of a palaver, but that's their procedure. I don't know why they just don't have the option to book an infant with their own seat like Northstowe here. It's just so much easier. Again, let me know if the sound's coming out all right and everyone can hear me properly, and that you can see what I'm actually looking at and I'm not going mad. Any comments, feel free, reach out. If you're enjoying the video, don't forget to like it. Or if you are watching this video and it's not live, and you're not subscribed, do me a favor, subscribe. Helps us reach more people. Like the video, and yeah, there's plenty more content coming out this year. We're going to be doing plenty of stuff. Right, so here we go. So in Norse, which is really cool, so we put in our destination, and then we've popped go, and it just gives us the prices. So here, look, you can see straight away in January, and a lot of other airlines don't do this. This is one of the cool things that they do. In January, so the 23rd, so in a few days' time, you can book to go for £196 on the way out there. That is crazy. Well, there you go. Look, on the 24th, £164. Like, that is mental. 164 quid. Right, now there are different cabin types. So you get, I think you get standard. There's like a few different types in standard, and then you get premium, and there's like a few different types in premium. And the only real difference is there's only 2 types of seat, but then there's like a baggage allowance difference, there's a meal allowance difference, there's a premium check-in difference, there's a, you know, all the little extras that you can add on to each, whether you're going standard or whether you're going premium. But with Norse, the good thing about booking with Norse is you can actually go premium, because it's 9 times out of 10, it's a lot cheaper to go premium with Norse than it is standard with other airlines. So if you were just going to book Virgin and you wanted to book a return flight with Virgin, it might come out 3-4 grand. But with Norse, you can get premium for 3-4 grand. So, you know, it depends. It really depends. Just been told the sound is a little bit crackly. Mrs. Payne has just commented, when are we booking to go then? Well, when we're leaving to go forever, that's when we're booking to go. But let's look at these prices. Look, this one is 148. What was that one a minute ago? How cheap was that? Hold on. 164. So that is absolutely ridiculous. So on the 28th, 29th, there's 148. 100, that's really good. So yeah, let's have a look at these prices. This is February. Let's go to March. So I think then you've got like half term there. You can see, and this is per person, per, you know, per flight. So this is going to be on. I always find as well with Norse, on the way out, it's a lot cheaper than on the way back. Or it's a lot cheaper on the way back for some reason. So I'd like to go on one of these really cheap ones just to sort of see what it's like on the way back. So you've got April, really reasonable prices again. May, again, really good. June. You can see the differences where the holidays come up, can't you? July. August, September. So August, September, that's when it's going to be absolutely raging in Florida. Really, really hot. October, this is when you're going to go for Halloween. Get your Halloween Horror Nights in. Yeah, so there are some really, really good prices there, I think. Let's have a look at March. What was that? So let's pick one of these really, really cheap ones. Let's go with a 148 on the 12th. Right, so this is where I was saying you get two different basic classes. So you get economy or business or biz premium. So if you go with the economy seats like that, look, 148 quid, that is crazy. You can change it again in a minute, so it's not the end of the day. Oh, here we go. Look, this is where you can change it. So economy light, so that's what you're actually getting when you pay the 148 quid. So you get 4 kilos, like a bag. So you get 2 bags essentially, you carry on, and then like a personal item, like a bum bag or whatever, or a duty-free bag, I suppose. You're last to get on, and you can't check in online. That's weird, isn't it? Why can't you check in online? Surely that like reduces cost of people having to be at the desk checking you in, and speed. Well, whatever. Just fabricating prices where they can, I guess. But even look, the economy flextra. So if you go for the top one, 349 quid, you get your 23 kilo allowance. You get 1 meal. I mean, who likes airplane food really anyway? I don't like airplane food. I think it's crap. I mean, sometimes it's all right. I mean, there was, what was it? Was it Tui or someone like that that was doing James Martin food at one point? I think it was still crap. There we go. You know, let's have a look at the premium side of things. So if you're going to go with premium, so this is what I'm talking about. So you've got £489 for a premium seat there. You get your personal, you carry on, you get 2 meals, soft drink, juice, beer or wine, like I said, premium boarding, priority check-in, changeable for a fee, customer support, fast track, and you get a comfort kit, which is basically an eye mask, earphones, and a toothbrush or something like that, probably. But yeah, all the way up to the top one where you get absolutely everything included. That's 640 per person. So if we go with a really, really basic one, let's just get this done. So that is your outbound flight done. So then let's say you're going to come back. Look at this. Look at this. This is what I'm telling you. So if you go with Norse and then you're going to come back, the flight is so much cheaper. So 89 quid. 89 quid for a flight from America. What? So that's on the 26th of March there, look. I mean, I know these are midweek flights or whatever, so we might as well go on the Saturday, right? Let's have a little bit longer. Why not? And then the premium, look, you got the premium for 458 quid. But if you go economy again, right? Economy on the lowest price. Yeah. So you can have everybody on your flight there, look, for return prices, all 4 of you for 942 quid. 942 quid. So under £1,000 you get return flights. I mean, that is definitely the way forward. And again, like you can see the other prices, so you can imagine, you know, if you wanted to go to premium, so let's say you wanted to treat yourself on the way home, let's say, for instance. So let's say, well, let's do it both ways. So premium, but on the way out, so let's just get the standard one, and then premium on the way back. The standard one. So then you've got basically business class flights to and from, and look, you've got 4,152 quid. That's really good. That is really, really good. I mean, some first class flights that you get from like BA and Virgin, they're like £5 each anyway. And you've just got 4 seats there that are premium for basically 500 quid each, or like 550 each. How good's that? So, yeah, so that's America. Booking your flights, and then I think if you're going to go to America and you want to get like a hotel and accommodation, I think your best bet is to probably either go on booking.com or Airbnb. Airbnb do really good stuff, like really cheap. So let's have a look at that as well. Airbnb, we'll have that up. And to be honest with you, if you're going to book a Disney, if you want to go to Disney or you want to go Universal, book with Disney or Universal, because you'll get the best rates. You just can't beat them. So there you go. Look, if you are a member, such as I am, and you book things with booking.com, you get discounts, which is pretty cool. So I'm a genius level 2. I'm sure some of you out there are probably genius super duper level, because you go away all the time. I don't know. But let's have a little look. So if we remember the prices of what we're looking at, so then let's have a look at accommodation for the same dates. So let's go for 18th. (18th, 25th). Was it Wednesday to Wednesday, isn't it? Yeah. So for the 1st. There we go. Why not? Where am I going? Orlando. No. So we had a 5-year-old and a 7-year-old, say, didn't we? Oh, yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't make any difference. 12 years old. 1 room, ideally. Search. And so when you do it with booking.com, it gives you all sorts. So it gives you hotels and villas. But there we go, straight away. Look, you've got Hilton Vacation Club, Aquasol, West Orlando West, right? Look at that. That's 1,300 quid for 2 weeks. Free cancellation. You don't even have to pay. Oh yeah, but then it's only 1 large double bed. Let's look at this properly. Let's have a look. See if we can see any ones that we've actually been to. So some of these offer theme park shuttles as well. Look at this one, 725 quid. That's worth a look, isn't it? Let's have a look. I mean, it doesn't look amazing, but it's probably only 20 minutes away from Disney, and it's got a free theme park shuttle. So, I mean, you don't really need that if you're going to get the fly drive, but if you're just going to get flights, let's say you really wanted to do it cheaply. So you got your flights, they were under £1,000. And then you've got your accommodation for 725 quid. So you've done Disney or Florida for 2 weeks for 725 quid. 1,725 quid. Not 725. Durr. Right, okay, so this is 8 on the rating as well. Look, you've got your photographs there. It looks pretty good. Yeah, you've got a swimming pool. I don't know if it's got a picture of the rooms we'll be able to see in a second. So this is a queen room with 2 queen beds, pet friendly, non-smoking, 2 large double beds, free cot available. Yeah, if you need it. Let's have a look at the room. There we go. It's quite a decent sized room. It's got 2 big beds, so you can share. You know, it's all right. They got a nice bathroom there, nice sized bathroom. Yeah, looks all right. You get your toiletries there, hairdryer, toilet paper, all the bits and pieces, room facilities, coffee machine. Some of these places even do breakfast. I don't know if it's, yeah, look, breakfast is $12 optional. So I don't know if that's $12 per person or $12 per person for the total stay or each day, probably each day. So you're probably better off just going somewhere else, like somewhere else for McDonald's or whatever. But there are other options here, look. So you can get 2+2 there as well. So still really reasonable. Look, standard king room. No. 2 queen beds, pool room view. I don't care about the view, to be honest with you. But yeah, at the end of the day, like I say, you can get rooms really, really cheap. Looking at booking.com, you probably even get them cheaper than that. I wonder if there's any that we recognise though. Stop me if you do, or comment if you recognise or you see something. I don't mind stopping and looking or searching for one if you guys want me to look something up. Happy to do that. What about if we sort it by lowest price first? Yeah, price lowest first. Let's have a look. All right, we're going to get some real rough and ready ones here. Look, you can go and stay here. Look, so really, if you want to go to Orlando and you're really desperate and you just can't wait anymore, you can get your flights for a couple of £100, and then you can stay in this place for 576 quid. Where is it? Main Gate West. Again, 20-30 minutes from Disney, not far. Is there a shuttle? Yep, you got a shuttle. It's 2 stars. Breakfast included as well. Get in. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, look at that. That is delicious. Let's have a look at these photos. Hey. All right, coming in. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm sure I've seen this in the news. Jesus Christ. Well, yeah, look, there we go. All 4 of you can sleep on that bed there. Oh no, they got double beds as well. There we go. Fantastic. Why not? There you got a swimming pool. Look. What more do you want? It's gated as well. So in Florida, they've got Child Safety Act. So every pool must have fencing. So that's pretty cool. Or be secure from children in some way or another. And no pictures of the food there. That's a shame. But yeah, there you go. Look. Free breakfast and a hotel, 576 quid. I mean, you may not come out of it, but it's there if you wanted to pick it. Let's have a look. What else have we got? Travelodge. Just trying to see. See, what you'll see is some of these on other websites as well. Like when you're booking with TUI or you're booking with Virgin, some of these are like Virgin approved or TUI approved or BA approved or whatever, and they'll be on their sites as well, but they'll probably put a premium on it, so you're paying to go on top. Again, it's always worth reaching out to the hotel itself if they've got a site to see if you can even get it cheaper, and you probably can. And the way booking.com works, I think is it books or like it books after you pay or something like that. It's like a weird way that it does it. Let me know in the comments if you know how it works, but they've had some funky issues with booking.com before. Stop me if you know one or you want to see one. There's loads of options, so many options. They've got a studio apartment there. at the Enclave. Holiday Inn Suites, extended stay, Motel 6. We've stayed at a few hotels. I mean, if you want to see what hotels we've stayed at, we actually have a what do they call them? A list of videos in the channel. If you look on the channel, there'll be a list of videos that are under hotel stays, where we've stayed in different hotels. So we've got hotels from the Canary Islands and America, basically. And France, lots of Disney on there. We've been to France many times. But yeah, there you go. That gives you an idea of booking.com. So Airbnb, we actually need to go on the website. Let's just have a quick look on there. So in a minute, we're probably going to be going over to the Canary Islands. We'll look for some deals on the Canary Islands. I can see that we've got a grand total. Oh, we've got one viewer. We've been on for 41 minutes. We've probably only had 2 people watch it, but there we go. It's my first live, so we're doing what we can. Yeah, Airbnb. There we go. Let's find out what happens. Right, here we go. So where do we want to go? We want to go Orlando. Orlando, Florida. When? Only necessary. Right. When do we want to do it? Let's look at March. Again, let's try and line it up with those flights. So Wednesday to the Wednesday. 2 adults, 2 kiddie winks, no pets. I'm not taking my pets to Florida. I haven't got any pets, and even if I did have pets, they ain't coming to me to Florida. So with Airbnb, you can't really filter it by price. I mean, you can actually slide the filter along to sort of say how much you want to spend, but you can't actually organize it by price, which is a bit of a pain. So for instance, we do not want to spend like extortionate amounts. So let's just sort of say, I don't know, let's just leave it at the 2,000 kind of mark, and then see what it has. So then this will be like your villas and your bits and pieces like that. So we've got 14 nights. Again, there's such an abundance of places. So look, you've got here, look, a home in Davenport. That's 1,400. The Enclave. So that's quite nice. So then you've got like a little townhouse there. You've got the facilities. You've got a bedroom, dining room, kitchen, bunk beds. Yeah, look, that's nice. Really nice. So one thing to check, if it's on one of these like estates with a, or like, well, they don't call them estates. What do they call them? Communities. They're called communities. Yeah, like the gated communities. If they're on like a vacation community, then and they've got like these gyms and swimming pools and stuff like that, some of them do charge an extra fee. So do be careful to look at what you're actually booking, to make sure that you're not going to get charged extra. There are some of them are all included, which is really cool. We went in one for a good 3 months last year, and it was all included. So it was fantastic. So we paid, I think it was $11,000 for 3 months in one of these places, and it had all the stuff included, and we had our own pool as well, and it was a 5-bedroom detached villa. So it was really good. So you can find some right bargains, but again, you have to check the reviews, you have to check everything, because you can get some real crappy ones, which we've had as well. We've I think it was it last Christmas? Yeah, last Christmas we pulled up to an Airbnb, and we was meant to be spending a month over Christmas in Airbnb. It was okay location wise, but it was absolutely horrid. Everything was falling apart. There was dog hairs everywhere. There was dead lizards in the pool. It was green, the pool as well. Like the fridge was broken. There's all sorts of things broken. You know, like the carpet grips, where you've got carpet in certain areas and the spikes stick out where it's not in there properly. It's really, really old and worn. And they were all sticking up, like on the stairs and the landing, everywhere. And it was like, well, kids can't go walking around on that. We had Noah as well, and he's crawling, so that wasn't doable. And there's dog hairs everywhere as well. We hoovered it, and it was just so much hair. It was disgusting. But anyways, we complained. We got our money back. We went through a whole process. Actually ended up having to do a reverse transaction on that because Booking.com would not give me my money back, and nor would the person who owned it. And we was only there a night, and I paid for a month. But anyways, that's enough sob story from me. Why is that map come up like that? Bugger off, map. We don't want to look at that. Have we got anybody on? Say hello in the comments if you are here watching us. Always happy to say hello. Let me know if the video is interesting or boring. I don't care. I'm still going to do it. Yeah, so what's really great is you've got this map, actually. So you can do it like this, that you can have a little look and see where you want to go. Now, what you'll be able to see is, I don't know if you can change this to satellite, but look, there's Celebration and there's Disney and walk, you know, all the theme parks and bits and pieces. And then over here, you're going to have Universal. So depending on what, so if you're going to go Universal for your 2 weeks, stay up the Universal end, makes sense. If you're going to go Disney, stay down the Disney end. But if you're going to go to both of them, then ideally you want to try and get somewhere in the middle, right? Sort of, and that's where you're going to start paying your premium. Like, I mean, especially if you're looking at like Dr. Phillips and really like nice areas like that. It gets expensive, really expensive. But there we go. Yeah, and what's cool is you can zoom in. At first you might not think there's anything there, and then obviously you click on something and it will give you a preview. Look, there we go. So this is more sort of like centralized. Looks like a small place, but 1,600 quid for 2 weeks, not the end of the world. It's better than a hotel, if you ask me. Much better than a hotel. Look at this one here. Look, let's have a look. 1,300 quid. Oh, that actually is in a hotel. Oh, we got breakfast as well. Ooh la la. Or is it? Oh no, it's just a restaurant, isn't it? Yeah, they're just showing you their food. They've probably got a restaurant in there. Got a gym. Westgate Lakes. Anyone stayed at Westgate Lakes? Let me know. Any good? Let's get off that. Anyways, yeah, so that's pretty much Florida and Orlando. If you want to go there, my advice is book with TUI. If you want a car, get the fly drive package and then book your accommodation separate. You will definitely be able to save some money. If not, then go with Norse. If you don't want to drive, go with Norse. Get your return flights with Norse. As we've seen, you can get 2 adults, 2 children for under £1,000 return with Norse, and then a couple of grand for your accommodation. You know, you've got some pretty good, decent accommodation around the $1,500 mark, or pound mark rather. Yeah, look, you got one here. Look, that's a themed villa there. Look, let's have a look at this quick. So then that is your flights and your accommodation there for 3.5 grand. Done. I think most people are going to spend at least 7.5 grand going to Disney. Like it's normally like 7 to 10 grand. You know, how much do you spend when you go Disney? It's a lot of money. So if you can get your flights for £1 grand and your accommodation for 1,500 quid or less, why not? Then you're just going to worry about tickets, right? And transportation. Public transportation is really, really good in Orlando as well. If you're on iDrive, you can use the trolleys and you can get a weekly ticket. which is really, really cool. I think it's only like 12 quid a day or something like that, and you can go up and down. But look, this is cool. Look, it's a villa with themed rooms. There we go. Yeah, that's nice. I mean, it hasn't got a swimming pool, but it's got a outdoor swimming pool. There you go, with a lazy river. How cool is that? So you can do it. You really, really can do it. So what I'll do is I'll leave that open for a second. Yeah, so that's Florida. So if you're planning on booking, going to Florida, that's my advice on that. If you've got any questions or you want specific things to look at, then let me know, and perhaps we can do another video, or ask in the comments and I'll reply, or Mrs. P will. So I think I mean, I've got nobody on, so I'll probably do the Canary Islands another day, perhaps, because I've been on here 50 minutes and I still haven't really got anyone on. So I don't know if this is a success or not. Let me know. If you see this video afterwards, comment in the description, like read the description in the comments, see what you think. Is it worth continuing them or not? I don't know. Let me know. I think I'm going to stop it there. But if you want to book Florida, there you go. That's some top tips there for you. Car hire, actually, let's talk about car hire. So if you want to car hire in America, one thing that is probably a really good idea, to save yourself money, obviously you need to shop around. You need to go on the comparison websites and really, really have a look around. But one thing that you could do is make sure you take a credit card with you, because it can be such a pain in the ass to book a car without a credit card. So if you can take a credit card, do take one. Then you will be able to book pretty much anywhere. But if you haven't got one, there's only certain businesses that will take you. So, well, companies like Sixt, potentially Alamo, but then they can be a little bit funny. At the airport, they'll generally take you without a credit card, but if you aren't at the airport, you ain't got no chance. And that's where you can save your money. So if you, let's say for instance, you had your flights and your accommodation booked, but then you wanted to get a car because you fancied perhaps seeing some sights in Florida, going to see Winter Garden, or, you know, all these different little towns that are really nice to go to, then, or go to Celebration even, you know. I mean, you could get a, what do they call it, an Uber or a Lyft. They do Uber or Lyfts out there, and they're really good. They're quite reasonable. They're not expensive, and they're always about. There's loads of them. So you could do that option, or you could find yourself a local dealership that do car rental, and you could rent a car. All the major companies are local in Orlando, and there's loads of them. So, but what I'm saying is you can get a much cheaper price, because at the airport there is a daily airport fee on top of your booking. So you might be able to save yourself a few pennies by doing that. So it's worth taking a look. If you just change the location when you're looking at these car places like Alamo or whoever, whatever company you're looking at, there's loads of different ones. I'm not going to name them all. Yeah, you can just have a little look. But again, any questions, let me know. Make sure you've got driving license as well. They do drive on the other side of the road. So if you're not used to it, just try and remember that you should be on the opposite side of the road to the UK. They do also undertake and overtake, but again, maybe that's for another video. Thanks for watching. If you did like the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and we may do another live, we may not, I don't know. Let's see what the response is from this one. But anyway, thanks for watching again, and see you all soon. Cheers.